I am here today with stickers, and we are going to go ahead and set up my bullet journal for August. Something that I just noticed is that this is actually reversed. The camera here has mirrored, or it's not doing a perfect recording. It's like flipped. So hopefully that's okay. Hopefully y'all don't mind too much because that's the way it's going to be. So I'm sorry about that, but hopefully we are still able to go ahead and have a fun live stream together. So here we go. Starting off, I've got my last setup in July. I'm going to try to get this a little better centered for you guys. There we go. So here's July. Here's my calendar. Just what I've been working with. I have tabs along the side here, which makes me very happy. And then I've got some health notes, my cleaning tracker, and my mood tracker. My mood tracker I have set up like this, where there's a little box that I fill in with a color, depending on how my mood is. If it's poor, it's green. If it's good, it's pink. So it's mostly good. A couple rough days in there, but mostly good. I've covered up some of the stuff that I've written out because of privacy reasons, but I have 2 lines here to set up my mood tracker so that I can keep track of how I'm doing. And then I have a little meal plan, a little log for my meals and snacks, and then my tracker for YouTube. And then we get into my weekly setups, which are pretty basic, a little decorative, but nothing too fancy, because I like to keep it pretty simple. So here we have our new setup. I've got my tabs kind of laid out along the side. So I'm going to go ahead and get started cutting those out to start. Actually, to start, I'm going to go ahead and plan out where I'm going to put all of my spreads. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I've got 6 different pages or spreads that I want to make, and I put these on little sticky tabs. That works pretty well for me, so I can move stuff around if I want to. So we'll put the calendar here. That'll be a full page spread. And then this next page, I think, well, we'll play it by ear. I'm going to go ahead and just get these torn out, and then we can start thinking about where we want to put things. I see someone's in the chat, so feel free to say hi. Oh, hi, Jen. I hope you're doing well. I'm having a good day. I did just notice that my bullet journal, or my camera is mirroring what I actually have written down. So it's not perfect. Hopefully next time I do this, I can figure out the camera in advance, so that we don't have everything kind of flipped. So I'm going to put my calendar there on the first page. Here on the second page, we can go ahead and do my health notes and my cleaning tracker. And then my mood tracker can go next. And then I'll do my food log. And then I'll do my YouTube spreads. And that will be my beginning of journal or my beginning of month setup, which is going to look pretty similar to this in terms of what it's going to look like. I'm going to have my calendar, my tabs along the sides, and then all of my tabs, which you can see here are kind of filled out. Hi, Jen. Hi, Perla. I'm so glad that you guys are here to join me today. I already mentioned, but it does appear that my camera has flipped what we're looking at, so I apologize about that. Hopefully I will have it worked out before my next live stream, but we're going to have to just kind of deal with it today. And then I've got my mood tracker here, which has color coordinated tracker along the side. And then I've got 2 lines worth of space for each day to write out a couple sentences about why I might be feeling a particular way that day. And then I just have a grid up here showing the scale from 1 to 5. And then I've got my meal plan and my YouTube tracker. So I'm going to go ahead and probably make something pretty similar to this moving forward. I'm going to grab my scissors because the first thing we have to do is cut out these tabs. Hi, Alex. I'm so happy to have so many people here today hanging out with me. It's very exciting. Alex, maybe when you get home, you can help me figure out how to flip the camera so that it doesn't flip the image like it's doing right now, because I'm not sure how to fix that. So I'm just going to go through and just cut out these tabs. Feel free to chat with me in the comments. I'm super excited to be here with all of you today. I'm just also trying to make sure I don't mess up cutting out these tabs, because I've gone ahead and penciled out where I want them to be, but I hadn't gone through and cut, so I'm just doing that now so that we can get started with the fun part, which is stickers and pens and stuff like that. But these are the stickers we're going to be using today. They are dragon themed, and they are stickers that I purchased from Planning with Kay. I have a link to her shop in the description if you want any stickers like the ones I have here. And then I have a friend who was able to print those for me and send them my way, because I don't have a color printer or a sticker cutter. Because I bought the digital version of her stickers, of Kay's stickers. So I'm able to print out as many as I want. Oh, you love my tabs, Perla. Thank you. I love my tabs too. I figured out a pretty good method for what my monthly setups end up looking like. And the tabs are a part of that. I like to have all of my monthly my monthly pages in tabs so that I can easily flip to whichever one I want to use. All right, one more, and then we'll be done cutting up the tabs. Just making sure I line it up with the right dot. This is dot grid paper, so it's very easy to cut a straight line because you just go slowly and follow the dots. And it's pretty straightforward. So I love using my bullet journal. I find that it helps me keep track of a lot of things in my life. Like you saw, I have a mood tracker and a food tracker. So I'm pretty able to keep a log of stuff like that, which helps me in like doctor's appointments and generally seeing how far I've come in terms of my mental health and stuff. All right, so we have our tabs cut. So the next thing I think I'm going to do is pick out some pens to do with this sticker set. And I like to use a couple different kinds of pens. The first of which are my Tombos, which I keep in here. So I've got a pretty good range of colors. There are a couple layers of them. And I just bought a couple different packs off of Amazon until I felt like I had a pretty good rainbow. So let's see which of these we like with the stickers, and we'll use some of this paper that we just cut off to swatch and make sure that, because the tip of the end of the pen doesn't always look like the pen color. Perla says, do you feel more organized and less scatterbrained since starting a Bujo? I would say definitely. I'm on a couple of different medications that make keeping track of memory stuff a little bit difficult. So I find it very helpful to have like a written out log of everything that was going on, as well as a mood tracker, and as well as some health notes and some doctor's notes, so that I can keep track of stuff. So that's a little bit of a lighter blue than we have here. So I'm not going to use that. Let's see if this is going to be dark enough. It's still a little bit too blue. We need a purpley, a little more purpley of a Tombow. Maybe this one. That's more purpley. I like that. So that's pretty good. And then maybe an even more purpley one. That's pretty close, actually. Let's see. Well, that's pretty good. I think that matches this purple pretty well. And get a little more pinky. And then we need to incorporate some of this green that I see here too. So let's see if we've got a good green. Ooh, that's a good green. All right. And then I like to have at least one more, because here I've got 4 Tombos and I like to have at least 5. And that's because I do my mood tracker on a scale of 1 to 5. So I want one more color to flesh this out. And I think I'm going to try to find a blue that fits in here, or like a blue-green, because I think that's where the gap in this gradient really is. So maybe that guy. Let's see how he looks. Might like that. So if I flip this over and we make our gradient starting with green, we do a dark green. Oops, that was our light green, but then a darker green. and then this bluish purple, and then this lighter purple, and then this pink purple. And I think that's going to be our gradient for my mood tracker. Jennifer says, do you keep notes of your yarns as well as the labels on them? Yes, I do. And I actually have something right here that I can show you. This is my project tracking notebook. So if I flip to one of my projects, you see I've got a bunch of notes about the pattern. I've got a picture of what it looks like when it's all finished. I've got my yarn tag. And then I was just keeping track of like how many repeats I was doing on the heel flap and how many repeats I was doing to decrease for the toe. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Jen. I do keep pretty good notes, and I also keep yarn samples, and I also keep the tags. And I don't keep track of everything this well, but I do try to. I do try to keep track of things. And then I put some stickers in because this was some Stranger Things yarn. So there was a couple stickers that came with it that were pretty cute that I wanted to stick in here too. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. And then Perla asks, what are your favorite pens to use? I think my favorites are either the Tombos or the next ones that we're going to play with, which are my dot markers. So these are really cool. They actually have one end that creates a dot. So you see it's like rounded at the tip. And then if I take my scrap paper, you do like a little dot and it makes a dot, which is good for decorative purposes and is also good for organizational purposes. And I like to use at least 3 different colors of dot marker. So we're going to go ahead and look for 3 different colors of these that should match. So we've got that blue, which I like. We've got this purple, which I like. And then for our third, do you think I should go with green or pink? Or maybe this pink. Let's take a look. That's a little bit too red. Doesn't quite match. And that's a little too pink. So we might be going with the green. Yeah, we're going to go with the green. So I'll take the rest of these and put them away. And I'll take these and put them away. What's handy, Perla? The dot markers? All right, so now it's time to start working on actually setting up. So we've got our 2 different kinds of markers in a bunch of different colors. We've got our stickers and we've got our bullet journal all set up. Before I forget, I do want to show you a couple examples of how I use those dot markers. So here I've used them in the corners of the calendar to give like a lightened or a darkened spot where I can put my numbers for each of the days. I have them here on my cleaning tracker as like a place to fill in that I've done something. And I have it here on my YouTube tracker again for like somewhere to fill things in. And then I also have them here, again, to mark the the dates. Perla says she can't see the swatch, so I'm going to try to show you that again. The colors are not spot on and the autofocus is not working great, but hopefully that gives you a sense of what colors we're using. So we're using these 5 Tombows, and then the blue, the purple, and the green of the dot markers. Sometimes I use washi dots. I have some of those too. I have quite the collection, Perla, as I'm sure you know. So I've got these washi dots too, but these dot markers are very, very handy, and I like them a lot. You can find those, I think, on Amazon, or I think I bought mine on Stationery Pal for the dot markers. All right, so next thing we're going to do is start penciling in our calendar. So I'm going to find a pencil, because I know I have one around here somewhere. Here we go. And then I'm going to go back to last month to try to remember. Looks like I did 6 by 7 tall. And let's look at this month of August. So it looks like it starts on a Tuesday and ends on a Thursday. Yeah. I'm also going to pull it up over here on my computer, just so I have a reference with the numbers. All right. I'm going to pull off my calendar sticker. I don't really need that anymore. And I'm going to count 6 wide from the center. So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, and then again this way, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, and 2, 4, 6. And then the rest of this will be decorative, I think, the rest of this panel. And I'll try to make some space here for notes. But other than that, we're going to start doing 7 tall, 2, 4, 6, 7. And that gives us 5 weeks, which is what we need for August. Just going to check and make sure folks aren't saying anything, because the calendar that I'm pulling up is covering the chat box. All right, so we've got those penciled in now. So just got to make sure I don't screw this up. So I'm just going to pick a couple Tombows to use as the lines for the calendar. I'm just going to use the bullet end, this kind of smaller end. There's also a brush end on the Tombow, but I'm going to be using the bullet end because that's a little bit easier. All right, so go ahead and start drawing some lines. I don't use a straight edge. I don't think that it is very efficient, and I also find that sometimes you have lines smearing, which I also don't appreciate. All right, so it starts on a Tuesday, so we gotta do one more line. I'm just making sure I don't screw this up. 2, 4, 6. And then for the Sunday and Monday, I start on a Sunday. I know some people prefer to start on a Monday, but I much prefer a Sunday start. All right. And then we have to work on this second page. All right. So now we just need to connect the dots in the other direction, and we will have our calendar grid. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Hopefully everything I'm describing is making pretty good sense. I've just turned the notebook because it's easier to draw a straight line towards yourself. So I'm just doing that. And I like doing this in a different color just to add some more colors to the page. So I did the first lines in green, and I know you can't really tell on the camera, but I'm doing these lines in blue, or that kind of dark blue purple. I also got to make sure to show you guys the socks that I finished. Don't want to forget about that. Let me know when you guys want to see those because they're right here, but you can't see them yet. All right, so there we've got our calendar grid. So the next thing I'm going to do is add numbers. Now, since I've done blue and green, I guess I will do purple for our dot numbers. Actually, yeah, I'll do purple. I don't think it's going to be too dark that I won't be able to see the number if I write it in black. So I'm just going to go ahead and do these in the corner of each of the grid marks. And then give those a minute to dry, and then we can write on them. These are very satisfying to use. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to use my eraser and get rid of some of these lines that I made to show where the grid was going to go. All right, so that's looking very nice. And I just realized something. I have these date dots, and I think I'm going to use them in the corners instead of these numbers because I have 2 sets of them. So I can use one for the calendar and one for my weeklies. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull these off. I'm going to grab my tweezers because it's a lot easier to place small stickers when you have a set of tweezers. And I'm going to cover up these dots I just made with these dots. And that's just because I think they're pretty and I want to use them. So we're going to cover up those dots as best we can with these stickers. And these stickers are kind of made to look shiny, which I like. I'm also going to be using these day of the week stickers. These are going to be really fun. I like that there are little dragons on them. So we'll just carry on with placing all of these stickers if I can get them. There we go. And these stickers are going a little bit outside the lines just so I can cover up those dots. Because I don't want it to be obvious that I had put dots down. All right. So I've got my stickers. I'm just placing them over these dots that I had previously made. Alex wants to know, how's Bear? Bear is good. Bear spent a little bit of the day hanging out with my dad in his office because I had to go to an appointment. But my dad quite likes watching the dog. No complaints there. And now he is peacefully sleeping on the bed behind me. I'm noticing that these stickers are lining up so that they go down with, as you go down the page, it's going to be the same color of sticker, which is fine. I think if it had been my preference, I would have done it so that the lines went diagonally, not straight down. But until I decide to make my own stickers, that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. And that's probably not going to happen anytime soon because that is a whole set of skills that I don't know if I have the bandwidth to learn. I know Perla's gotten good at least printing out the stickers. So I wonder if maybe she has some insight into how that would be. So I don't really have a color printer, but I do have a cutting machine that I have access to. So I guess if I got a color printer, I could do it. Which could be fun. All right. What page do we want to see me set up next after I get done with the calendar? Do we want to go to the next page, or do we want to see any spreads that I make in particular? I'll do a flip through in a second so we can look. So here's the calendar page that we're doing right now. And then we have a page for health notes, a page for a cleaning tracker, my mood tracker spread, meal plan, which is pretty basic but fun, and my YouTube tracker, which is a little bit more complicated, but might be fun to see how I do that. So let me know if anybody has any requests, because otherwise I'm probably just going to go front to back. Did I screw up this calendar? Tuesday is the 1st. Why do I feel like... Do I have a duplicate sticker somewhere? What's going on? Why? I do. I have 221s. What the heck? What the heck? Okay. Okay. I'm not sure why there are 221s, but I guess I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Oh my god. What the heck? And this is gonna ruin the colors too. Man, I am not thrilled about that, guys. See? Because now we've got purple, blue. And this is going to be blue, green. What the heck? What the heck? All right. So luckily, these stickers are printed on paper that you can pull back up. So I'm just doing that pretty carefully. And then placing them back down. I agree, guys. What the heck? What the heck? Yeah, this completely ruined the colors too. Oh, I should have skipped it. I should have gone with just the purple dots. Oh well. Oh my goodness, friends. That was an emotional roller coaster. It kind of still is, because I'm really not happy with how these colors are off now. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm just a little bit incredulous that mistake was made. Oh, Alex says he should be setting up his August setup, but he does not want to. Alex, do it. Do it, do it, do it. You have to. It's good for you. Helps you keep track of stuff. All right. So I think I'm going to use these dragon stickers that are the headers. For the headers for across the top here. Ooh, those are really nicely cut out. Good job, Perla. These are very fancy looking. I'm impressed. All right, so there's Monday. I'm not going to make a mistake. I am very carefully not making a mistake again because that was not fun earlier. Especially on the live stream. But I guess it's a good reminder. Nobody's perfect. Jen says, I lost a full week in June. I still don't know how that came about. I understand completely. Sometimes that just happens. Can't always do something about it, unfortunately. Just got to do your best. Make do with what you got. All right, now we just have the weekends left. And we've got one that's purple and blue and one that's green. So I'm going to put the purple and blue here because this one's green. And the green one here because this one's blue. This is how meticulous I am. Friends, I can't help it. I am a nitpicky person. So I just do my best. Perla says yes, but I'm not sure what she's saying yes about. So hopefully she clears that up for me. All right, that's looking very nice. So let's see, what else do we still have to add? We've got to add some kind of header to tell us that this is where it changes from July to August. This I'm going to leave and decorate somehow because I like to have a decorative panel underneath the tabs. So I have to think about what I'm going to do there. Well, let's look at what we have because we've got some options. So we've got these 3 rectangular headers. We've got 2 big circular ones. And then we have 3 different washi tapes. Plus we have these like circular dragons. And then these kind of, which you could use for like a header or a footer. Kind of like a washi tape, but it's wiggly, so I didn't want to call it that. So let's do some thinking. I think I'm probably going to do one of the rectangular headers up here. And then we have to figure out some kind of decoration for the sides. I also have this washi tape, which came with some mermaid washies, but I think it would go well with this. What do we think? What do we think? Let me know, folks, because I need some opinions. Do we think this works with the set? That's what I'm asking about. While I wait to hear back from you guys, I'm going to look through my other washies and see if there's anything good there. Right. Jen says the mermaid looks like a good match. So that's great. And then I also found these, which are kind of celestial, but this one in particular looks very celestial. And these ones are both in the sky. So I feel like celestial isn't the worst thing to throw in here. So I've got one that's just stars. And I've got this one, which is a little bit longer and has a couple different designs. There's like butterflies, there's moons and suns, and then there's some constellations and botanicals. So that's a little bit further off, but I think this one might be a good match. Let me know what you think. I'm curious, and I want to make something that appeals to you. So let me know. And I'm going to start thinking about my header. I'm going to go with this guy, Blowing Flames. I think I like him best. And I think I'll put him right here. Yeah. Well, Perla says that the blue with white stars is a nice match. So maybe we'll do that one. First, I need to make a good header for August. And that looks like a fantastic spot for that sticker. I quite like that. And then we're going to have to write in here, but I want to start with pencil just to make sure I don't heck it up. And I'm going to turn my notebook because I write at a weird angle. It's just where I'm most comfortable. August. All right. And then we're going to grab a pen from my pencil case, a little bit thicker. We'll go with the 0.8. Just write in August. Not terribly fancy with my lettering. I'm just writing in cursive. And then I'll probably go ahead and thicken up the downstrokes so that it looks a little bit like calligraphy. But there you can see we've got August written up there. Alex says I can't even do cursive. I learned cursive in elementary school. It was non-optional. So I am just thickening up the downstrokes of my pen. And that is how you do fake calligraphy. In case you were wondering. And it's a very nice way to kind of elevate what you're doing. Makes it look just a little bit fancier. Like that. Alex says he also did not have the option to learn cursive. He just didn't. Which is pretty funny. Oh, Alex. That's one way of getting out of doing stuff, I suppose. Just don't. All right. So we've got our 2 different washi tapes here. And I'm thinking about what I want to do for this side panel. So I don't really have a good sticker option for that. I don't think, unless I did like one of these guys, but they don't really fly up the page. They look like they're supposed to be horizontal. So I guess we'll just do dots because that's easy and nicely decorative, unless I can think of a washi tape that I have. I don't think I have a thick one that I can use. Trying to think what to do here. Does anybody have any suggestions? Got these, which are like feathers and moons. That could be something. Let me think. Nah, not really. Not really matchy. All right. Well, I think we're just gonna do some dots up the side of the page here, and that's gonna be our decorative panel. Alex, you know perfectly well I cannot do a sick drawing of a wizard summoning a dragon made of elemental energy. That is not within my wheelhouse. There's a reason I'm using stickers. Let's see. I also have these washi dots that I think I'm going to throw into. So we'll start with the big dots. Got some blues and greens on this one, and I got some purples and blues on the other one. So I'm going to try to do some of both as best I can. I think I'm going to fill in this space with them too. So we'll put a dot there. And then I think one more up in the corner. And that'll be it for the big dots on this side. And then we'll do some here and here as well. Just for some more decorative elements. But I'm going to leave this panel free because I'm going to make a list there. Right. So there we've got our decorative stickers, which looks pretty good. And then we're going to add in some dots with our dot marker. I'm not spacing these super close because I've got 2 more colors to go. I want to leave some space for the blue. And there you go. That's a nice little decorative space filler. And then I'm going to make a list here along the side. So I need to make a header or use one of these. Use one of our circular dragons. I think that would fit. I think I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to do one of the dragons that has all the colors. So one of these or these, but they're the same. So let's go with this guy. Jen says it looks pretty cool. Thank you, Jen. I'm liking it too. So we're going to just stick this guy here. And then I'm going to put tasks right there. Ooh, and we have stickers for tasks too. We've got these 2. So I guess we'll go with the one that has a little bit of yellow in it because I haven't done any yellow yet. And I want to incorporate a little bit of that into the spread. So what do we think? Up here or down here? I think up here in the middle. So we'll just go ahead and stick that down just right across the dragon. I think that looks really good. So it just says tasks. And then I'm going to take my lightest marker, which is this purple, and I'm going to do some lines using the brush end to highlight every other line. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and flip this because I want to start here. I'm going to go ahead and leave a space on either side and just highlight every other line just like that. And you can maybe hear the pen squeaking, but that's okay. Perla says, love it. Thank you, Perla. I'm falling in love with it too. It helps that these are my favorite colors. Blue, purple, and green, mermaid colors, in this case, dragon colors. And those are my favorites. It's my favorite color combination. I don't usually make many notes on my calendar page, but I like to leave some space. But I think I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with some more dots because I think I want the look of that. So let me just get my stuff together. And then we can add a couple more of these big dots. And then some more small dots as well. All right. And there we go. I think that's our first spread done. Let me know what you think of this, because I think it looks very nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. I think that is it for this spread. I'm just erasing my pencil lines on the tabs. And then we can go ahead and flip over to the next page. You can see we've got that decorative line here of stuff that sticks out from underneath the tabs. Whew. All right, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm thirsty. Oh, we've got a new friend who's popping in to say hello. Thank you for all of your compliments. I'm very, very happy with the way that this looks. I think it looks fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Flipping over. We're going to need some space for health notes and then space here for my cleaning tracker. So let's get started with a header for each of those. I think we're going to use more of these guys. Oh, hi, Jess of YS Swamp on Discord. I do know who you are. I'm very excited that you were here joining me today. So I'll just show you what we're going to be doing using my last bullet journal spread for July. We've already done our cover page / calendar. And then we're going to do health notes and a cleaning tracker, my mood tracker, which I've covered up for privacy reasons, my meal plan, and then my YouTube tracker. So we'll see how far we make it today, but we've already made it through the first spread and it is looking fantastic. I am very, very pleased. All right. So, moving on, we've got our health notes here. I like to leave some space at the bottom for some med tracking. I take some meds on a semi-regular basis, and I like to keep track of when I do those. So I like to leave some room right below my health notes for that. And I think I'm going to use some washi tape here to separate those, because I don't need a ton of space for my health notes. So I'm not too worried about taking up all of that space. And then I just take my metal ruler and use that like a straight edge, which makes a nice clean rip in the washi tape. Looking good. All right. So now we've got our health notes, which I'm going to use one of these for. I think we'll use this guy with the spiky tail. And I'm just going to nestle him up in the corner here. I think that's a good spot. Yeah, that's looking good. And then I'm going to go in with my pencil and write in health notes because I am not brave enough to go straight to pen. So I'm going to write it out in pencil first. All right, and then I will take my thick micron pen and write that in. Should I do, I think, I'm unsure if I want to thicken up the downstrokes here to make it faux calligraphy, or if I just want to leave it as cursive. I'm undecided. So health. And there's health notes. Woohoo! And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did on my cover page and highlight every other line. Just because I really like the way that that looks. I think it's very appealing. And Jen's there in the chat saying hi to folks. Jen, you are so friendly. You honestly make me feel so appreciated here on YouTube, which is very nice. Very appreciated from me. So I'm just continuing drawing out all these lines. Well, Jess, are you setting up your bullet journal too? I know Alex is thinking about it, but he might have decided to postpone it another day since we technically aren't quite to August yet. And I know he isn't as excited about setting up his bullet journal as I am. I find this to be a very fun, crafty process, and I think maybe he finds it. Well, I guess I'll let him say how he finds it. I don't want to speak for Alex. Jen says, I appreciate everything you share with us all. Thank you, Jen. Oh, you are really the best. Because you found my channel pretty early, I think, and started commenting on all my videos right away, and that just made me feel so welcome and so nice. All right, there we go. Got the health notes section all done. I love it. All right, Jess says, I'm working now, but I'm going to set mine up tonight. I've already started my Halloween countdown list. Ooh, that sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. I am a big fan of spooky season. I've got some fun bullet journal setups for that because I've got some nice Halloween-y stickers that I can use for that. Alex says that it's getting busy at work. So I hope that goes okay. If you need to tune out, Alex, you can. I understand. But he also says that he finds journaling to be intimidating. It helps, but it's still scary. That's understandable, Alex. I think I think we all have things in our life that overwhelm us a little bit, even if it makes it easier in the long run. But good for you for pushing through that and doing what you can to make your life easier. That's hard, but I'm proud of you. All right. So moving forward, I just need to get some dates down here. And there's 31 days in August. So we'll do like 1, 2, 3. 10. And we're going to do 3 columns. I'm trying to remember how I did this last time, so pardon me going back to check that out. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. So it looks like I did 3 columns of 9. So we'll do 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. All right. All right. So now that page is all done. We've got room for my medication tracker down here and my health notes up here. So we can move on now to the cleaning tracker. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take a picture of what I had last month, because I'm just going to be replicating that. And I think it would be easier to just take a picture. So I'm just taking a picture real quick. So that I have that. And so we're going to need a header up here. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I want to use for that. And I'm thinking we're going to go with one of these guys again. I think. Yeah, I'll do that. Ooh, what if I had like 2 on either side and they like bookended the label for cleaning tracker? Kind of like that. Maybe take like these 2 green guys and have them bookend my title for the page. What do you think? I think that would be cute. And I have plenty of these headers. So I think I'm going to try that. So like 1 over here. Jen says it sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I think I like that. All right. So then we get our pencil to write it in. There we go. Looking pretty nice. And then I'm going to pull up that page again so I can see that. All right. So let's make some headers because we have monthly tasks. I have 2 of those. I'm actually going to put 3 because I want to add my dog's heartworm so I don't forget about that. So we'll have space for 1, 2, 3. And then the header for the weekly tasks. And then we need room for 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the twice weekly tasks. And these are not always things that get done, but they are things that I try to get done on this cleaning schedule just to keep the house in good shape. And then I'm just going to erase those pencil lines because we don't need those anymore. And then I'm going to go ahead and start writing in our tasks. So these dot pens have the dot end, and they also have a like a bullet end. It's a 0.5 millimeter end, and I quite like that tip too. So for monthly tasks, we have wash floors, clean the toaster, and bear heartworm. And then the way that I do these is I just leave a spot for me to fill in the date that I do it. So I do 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then I just do a little slash. And then I'll just fill in the date. So it'll be like 8/23 or whatever. And that's how I fill in my monthly tasks. So next, we will go ahead and fill in all of the weekly tasks. I've got mouse traps, full vacuum, because I sometimes only do a partial vacuum. Some laundry tasks that I have to do pretty frequently, like washing towels and sheets. And I just spelled wash wrong. That's okay. Wash towels, and then we've got a couple more tasks for the dog, because I like to try to clean his ears and teeth pretty frequently, as well as cut his toenails. And then for these, I'm just going to do 4 dots in a row. And that's because, actually, flipping back, I'm going to have 5 dots, because these are the first and last week are most of the week. Like if this was only 2 or 3 days, I would not include it as one of the weeks. But because the majority of the week, both the beginning and the end of the month, is going to be August, it's going to be, I'm going to keep it on my August tracker. So we're going to do 5 dots. And then I just check these off as I do them. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll go back and fix that mistake I just made. I'll show you how I do that. All right, so I made a mistake right here. I shouldn't have made that dot 1 line down. I should have skipped that line and moved on to the next. That's okay. I have a plan, and I will show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a small piece of this sticker paper, like that, and I'm going to cut it to size. And then I'm just going to lay it on top of that extra dot, like that. And that should cover it up and make it so that that practically never even happened. Ta-da! See? You can barely see it. I know that's because the camera quality is bad, but it's better. It's better at least. All right. So now we just have to do the twice weekly things. And we will use the purple pen for that. So for that, we have to brush the dog, because I really have to do that more than once a week. He sheds a fair bit. And then vacuum. I know I had full vacuum up above, but this is for when I just do a partial. And then clean the toilets, which, you know, also has to get done. I will say that I don't typically clean toilets. I do make Alex do that, but I do most other cleaning things. I just don't like getting my hands in the toilet. Or not in the toilet, but you know what I mean. So this time we're doing 10 total dots, and I do a space in between every 2 to keep the weeks separated. And that's my cleaning tracker. So we've got another spread done now, which is great. Thinking I might put a piece of washi here at the bottom just to put a little bit of decoration in that blank space. So we'll use some of this washi, which came with the sticker set from Planning with Kay. And I think that looks great. All right, I think we're ready to flip over to the next spread, because I think that having a little bit of blank space here is okay. I'm not too upset about that. So we're going to flip over. Now we're on to the mood tracker. Now I'm pretty pleased with how I do my mood tracker. It is a very, it's a spread that I haven't really changed at all since I came up with it, because I'm very happy with it. It does this really fantastic, 1 to 5 scale based on color on the side. I have the kind of, this is my low mood, this is my high mood, and that's the gradient in between. And so I have a really easy time being like, oh, that was a pink day. That was a pink day. Those are the best days that I have. And these kind of orangey days are a little bit lower. And then this yellow is not good at all. I haven't had any green days this month, which I will count as a win. But yeah, I have this very, very good method that works well for me, where I have the day of the month, the day of the week written in this box, and then I just color over it with whatever color corresponds to my mood for that day. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I get that set up. So we're going to need our Tombos again to draw in the lines. I think we're going to go with these two, actually those two. And we will go ahead and make 31 different horizontal spaces, 2 lines each. And that will be the beginning. Or the beginning of this spread, I should say. So I like to start from the bottom. So I'm going to do that. And I go every fourth row, and then I alternate colors every other row. So like back here, I had 2 different oranges here. Like this is light, this is dark, this is light, this is dark. And that's just for a little bit of decorative interest. So I do every 4 lines. And then I'll go back and fill in the 2 line space in between. So we're at about an hour and a half for this live stream, which is so far my longest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's very exciting. But I think this is going to be even longer. I've got 2 more spreads after this one that I still have to fill in. And then, so what I like to do with, because this is a larger notebook, this is a B5, not an A5. What I like to do with my mood tracker is have like a space up here and a space down here for decoration, and kind of stagger the actual mood tracker sections. So I'm going to start about halfway up. And now I am going to stagger these lines. So now this one is going in the space between these two, if that makes sense. And like I said, we're going to need a total of 31 spaces because there are 31 days in August. And then we'll have some decorative work to do in between. In those blank spaces that I just pointed out on last month's spread. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a total of 10. And this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So now we're at 26 spaces. So I'm going to, that's 28. And that's 30. All right, so I'm going to grab the other pen. I'm going to make one line here, and then that'll be the total number of spaces that we have to make, I think. And then I'm just going to fill in between these pink lines with the green lines. And that makes the rows for the mood tracker. Jen says, I have a B5. It's intimidating. I understand completely. I watch a lot of bullet journaling videos. That's one of the genres on YouTube that I really enjoy watching. And I don't remember who said it, but somebody was like, with B5s, you need to like think about the space a little bit differently, because with an A5, you kind of have to think about saving space, whereas with a B5, you have to think about filling space. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Because a B5 isn't that much bigger than an A5, but it feels like a lot more space. Like when I do this spread in an A5, these lines are most of the spread. I don't have this section here at the bottom of the far page. This is empty, or it's full with lines. And I only have this space up here for my header and my like scale of 1 to 5. I switch between B5s and A5s. I haven't decided which I like better yet. All right, so now we're going to count and make sure we have the right number of spaces right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, 15 plus 16 is 31. So we're good. 2 thumbs up. All right. So now we have some spaces to fill, and then we also have to finish setting up the actual tracker itself. So I'm going to grab another pen color and work on finishing up the mood tracker itself. The way that I do that is I just do 2 lines down each page, 2 spaces apart, and that makes this little 2x2 box on the side. And that's where I put my date and day of the week. And then I have the rest of the 2 lines for a couple sentences about why I was feeling whatever way I was feeling. All right, so we're going to take a smaller pen now. I'm going to grab my smallest pen, which is the 005. And I'm going to go through and just number 1 through 31. So bear with me while I do that. All right. And then we're going to determine which day of the week it starts on, which is Tuesday. And then I'm just going to do a single letter, T, W, T, F, S, S, M, and so on until I fill this second space. Here, I'll show you. Fill the second space. Sorry, guys. Fill the second space with the letter for the day of the week. All right, and now we just get to do some decorating. So we have room at the bottom for this guy. So I'm going to do that. Just as a decorative character, I'm not going to use this as a label for the spread. I'm just going to use him as a cute little dragon who's a little bit gargoyle-y, holding like a crystal ball or something. And that's the bottom. I might do dots around the sides here. I haven't decided yet. And then at the top, I'm going to pick one of these to go here at the top. And I think I'm leaning on the top one, which I think is very cute. The designer of these stickers, PlanningwithKay, she likes to include her cat Luna in a bunch of her drawings. So her cat Luna is flying on a dragon, which is pretty cute. So I'm just going to do my best to center this up here. And then I think I'm going to write mood beneath it because I kind of like the way that that looks up there. And I'll stick with using a black pen. but I will write it in cursive like I've been doing. And then I'm going to fill the space beneath it with our scale. All right. So I think I'm just going to fill in some dots like I was doing on this first page. And then that should be enough decoration for our mood tracker. So I need these little dot stickers. Right. And there you have it. There's our mood tracker. And then, like I said, I'll fill in this bit up here at the top using the Tombos like we planned out at the beginning. That's our scale. So we'll start with the green. Usually like having my favorite color be the happy moods. So in this case, it's going to be purple. And then this last color, and then this spread will be all the way done until we get to August and I have to start filling it in. So there we go. I think that looks really nice. All right, flipping over, we have our meal tracker, which is very basic. So we'll just go ahead and get this started. Like you can see from last month, it's very, very straightforward. So I'm going to get these numbers in on the side and then get the smaller headers, and then we'll fill in the top space. Right. So there's our numbers along the side. And then you need to divide each of these pages in half. So I'm going to use my ruler, which I made. 6. Right, so there's our first line. I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 lines. And I just want to make sure I get the top lined up correctly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. All right. And then for the headers, I'll use this blue. Just write out the different meals of the day. All right, so now we have some room at the top where we need to put our header. I'm thinking about how I want to do this because I've got one of these left of the sleeping dragon. Or I could use these smaller ones. And these flying dragons could be good too. I think I'm going to do the flying dragons and just write in meal plan. I think. I'm going to come back to that. We're going to skip to the YouTube page, and then we'll go back and finish the mood tracker. So, the way that I do my YouTube pages is I have the space for some ideas up here. Oh, tell you more about the ruler. Okay. So this is a ruler that I made. I just based on the dimensions of my notebook, made this ruler. It's on dot grid paper. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is on dot grid paper. I just used it from a piece that I cut out of the back of my book. You can see I cut out a page here, and I have on this side the full height of the page, and on this side the full width of the page. This marks where the width of the page ends. And then I've just marked this very lightly in pencil. You can see there and there, and then also on this side there and there. I got some pencil marks, and I have that on both sides, just dividing up halves and quarters. And that's oh, and I have thirds here as well. And that's my ruler. It's pretty straightforward. I got the idea from Tracy Tyler Revell here on YouTube. I don't know if she's still making videos, but they should still be on her channel. So feel free to check her out. And you can make your own ruler just like this, which is pretty handy. So anyway, we're gonna skip back to the YouTube tracker. Got a space for YouTube ideas, a space for a calendar layout. I've got 2 different months here. And then I've got a tracker here that has like a bunch of different things I have to do for each video, and then the video titles along the side. Hopefully that makes sense. And we're going to go ahead and try to recreate this over here. So I'm probably going to do some flipping back and forth to try to make sure I get my spacings right. But I think it should be good. Oh, Perla says use the squiggly flying dragons. Do you mean here? I think I will. I just want to make sure I don't need them on this spread first, which is why we skipped to the last page. So I need to remember that this little edge bit is going to be decorative. So I can't go too far to the edge because I want there to be a decorative panel here on the other side of my tabs. So I've got to make sure I don't screw that up. I'm going to grab a drink of water because I'm losing my voice. All right, now we're going to carry on. So I need my pencil so I don't make a mistake. And we're going to try to get the calendars here onto that page. So I need to pull up an image of some calendars so that I know what I'm looking for. And then I also want to look at my spacing. So I did 3 tall by 4 wide. And did that fill the whole page? Yes, it did. Okay, perfect. So we've got to do 4 wide, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, and 4. And that gives us 7 wide. And then 3 tall. And I'm just going to mark every 3 dots, working my way up the page. And that should be enough. And we're actually going to start with September because I like to have 2 months just in case I'm able to get ahead of schedule. And so September ends on a Saturday, which is great. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 full weeks. And then 4 full weeks. And then 2 days. 2 days. All right. So there's that. I'm just drawing in all of the corners so that I don't make a mistake. And then looking at August, we've got this week, 1, 2, 3 full weeks, and then this week, which has 5 days. So 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. All right. So that's our calendar penciled in. And now I'm going to go ahead and draw it in just like I did here. So I'm going to use 2 of my dot markers for that. I'm going to use the blue and the purple. And I'm using the fine nib just to draw in all of these lines. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. If you have any requests. I am just working through my bullet journal setup. So if you have requests for how to do a specific setup or questions about what I'm doing specifically, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue filling this in. We are almost at 2 hours, which I think is very exciting. I hope everybody is enjoying this live stream. I trying something a little bit different today because I don't typically do bullet journal videos. I'm usually much more into crafting with fiber. But I had a live stream time and I had to set up my bullet journal, so I decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as the saying goes. All right, so there's September. And so now I just have to fill in August. Because again, September and August is right before that. And then here, I'm just trying to draw the line right next to the purple line so that they don't cross. And there's no gap. And that's just to try to kind of encase the month in one color, I guess, if that made sense. I feel like sometimes I use weird descriptors to talk about what I'm doing. Don't necessarily make the most sense. But that's okay. I think I managed to get my point across, which is good. All right, so we're almost done with the calendar portion. Just like that. So above that, we're going to put some space for some notes and some space for lines. I need to make sure I get this right. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 wide. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And then there was a gap of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. All right. Jen says, it's been very interesting and informative. Thank you so much for doing this live. Thank you for being here, Jen. It would be a lot harder to do this if I was just sitting here talking to myself. So having you here makes a world of difference. You may have noticed I'm only using this purple for highlighting lines, and that's just because it's a pretty light color, so it's not as obvious that it doesn't perfectly sit within the lines on this spread. Like, you can kind of see the bullet journal dots don't perfectly align with the lines that I've drawn on this page, but from a distance, it's perfect, and that's good enough for me. So we just need our pen to make a header. But I think I'm going to go in pencil first because I don't want to heck it up. There we go. Now I'm going to cover that up with my pen. Just writing out the header, which is YouTube ideas. And there's that half done. So now we have the second half of the page to fill in. And I'll show you again. That's just a couple lines and the headers. Everything else gets filled in as the month goes on. And then I need a header. So I'm going to go ahead and get a header in there. I'm going to use this last rectangular one. And I'm having this sit closer to this side of the page because remember this side is going to be decorative. So for the next step, I think we're going to write in, no, we're going to do our lines. So, no, we're going to write in our headers. Sorry, guys, I'm being indecisive, but it's my YouTube video, so you have to just deal with that. So we need 2, 4, 6. I'll make it 7 lines from the top. 2, 4, 6, 7. And then we'll go down here and start filling in. Just have to make sure I get all the steps right. So I like to have a step for it being completely done. I'm gonna write these in and then tell you what they all mean. All right. So we've got all the steps now for the videos, and then I'm going to write video idea over here for the header for this line. And then that's all set. We just need to do some column lines. Oh, Bear's waking up. That's okay. We're almost done. Oh, Alex is back. That's exciting. All right. So here is my YouTube spread. I've got a space for the idea for the video, and then I plan it, film it, edit the clips, record voiceover, edit the voiceover, export, and then there's steps on YouTube, which are upload, add a thumbnail, add chapters, schedule it, and then it's all done. So that's kind of how I plan out my YouTube videos, if that makes sense. I'm just going to clean up some of my pencil marks on this other page. And then we need to do a decorative side panel here. So I need my little washi tape dots. And I'm going to do that down the whole side of the page. And get some pinkish ones. Bear, go lie down. Bear, go lie down. And then we'll go in with our dots. All right. And then I'm going to put a little piece of washi here at the bottom because we've got room for it. And that's cute as heck. All right. So now we just have to put a header on this page. And Perla said we should use these two dragons. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put them on either side. Should they face each other or should they face away from each other? What do we think? Because once I decide that, I just need to write in meal plan, and then this is done. And then I think I'm going to color in the actual tabs so that they stand out a little bit more against this background. But first, I'm waiting to hear what you guys think about these dragons. While you let me know, I'm going to grab a drink. All right, we have one vote for facing each other. I'm fine with that. So we'll put this guy up here and this guy up here. All right, another vote for facing each other. That'll do it. 2 votes is enough for me. All right, sounds like everybody likes the idea of these 2 dragons facing each other. So that's what I'm going to do. Just try not to tear the sticker or anything. And I tore a sticker. But that's okay. We can fix that. Just gotta line it up real good, and you won't even be able to tell. You won't be able to tell, but I accidentally beheaded a dragon. Does that make me a dragon slayer? Maybe. But that's okay. All right. So now we just need to write in the header, which we will do with our handy dandy 08 micron, wherever that went. There it is. And we'll just write in meal plan. And I'm going to darken up those lines to make this some faux calligraphy. Because I think it would look nice and I've got the space for it. All right. So this is the August setup so far. We've got our cover page with a calendar and some room for notes or tasks. We've got some room for health notes and medication tracking. We've got cleaning tracker. We've got my mood tracker. We've got the meal plan with our 2 dragons up here. And we have the YouTube ideas tracker. So I said I was going to color in our tabs. So I'm going to grab some scrap paper to do that with so that I don't make a mess. What color do you think we should do with the tabs? Because we've got all 5 of these. Should I do different colors for different tabs? Or maybe just pick one color for all of them? Kind of leaning a different color for each tab, which means I need to eliminate one of these colors, and that's going to be this green because I said so. And we're going to do this in order again. And we'll do pink at the top. So, I'm going to grab some scrap washi tape to mask, because I don't want the color from the pen going outside of the tab. So I'm going to put it there. Put the washi tape right here. And then I've got a piece of paper behind my tab so that I don't accidentally color on something else. And then I'm going to go ahead, color that on in. And I think that looks pretty cool. I'm going to do the back side as well. First, I can take up this piece of washi tape. Just like that. So now we're going to get the back side. And then I think once we're done with this, we're going to be done with the video. Unless you think I should do my first weekly right now. Does anybody want to see my first weekly of the month of August? Because I can do that. Just let me know. There's our first tab done. So I'm going to carry on and work on the next once I get this piece of washi tape pulled up. And I haven't colored my tabs since, oh my, I don't think I've colored in my tabs since my very first bullet journal, which was at the beginning of 2022. And I think I did some decorative coloring of tabs at that point. But other than that, I haven't really done any. So I'm kind of glad I'm doing this today. Because it's been a while. And I think it looks really cute. All right, 2 tabs done, 2 to go. I'm gonna do this, well, these last 2 in batches. So I'm going to tape all 4 sides and then color them and then pull off the tape. I think that'll just save me a little bit of time and effort and make this go a little faster. All right. All right, there's one side. And I am going to peel this up now because I don't want any of the ink that's on the washi tape to get on the paper. That would be bad. All right, one more tab to go, friends. We're almost there. And it's looking really nice. Definitely glad I colored these tabs in. I think it just provides a little bit more contrast between the tabs and the page beneath them. All right, so flipping back to the beginning, you can see all of our beautiful tabs here along the side. We've got our calendar spread with some room for tasks and lots of decorative dots because I like the decorative dots. We've got some health notes and room for my medication tracker. We've got my cleaning tracker. This is my mood tracker, all set up and ready to go for August. Here's my meal plan with room for all 4 meals for every day. I'm going to add some dots in here. I'm going to do that. And then we've got the YouTube tracker. So I'm going to go back and just add a little bit more decoration up here. And then I think Jen's right. We are at 2.5 hours. This has been my longest live stream by quite a bit. And I think we are all set to wrap up once this little bit of decorating is done. So friends, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this or that are different kinds of crafting, because I do a variety of different crafts. And leave a comment down below if you're watching this on the replay and you weren't able to be part of our live stream, and I will be sure to respond to your comments. Other than that, I think we're about done. I have had a fantastic time bullet journaling with you. I think we made some really beautiful spreads today, and I had a fantastic time setting this up. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for spending some time together with me. I really did have a blast, and I so appreciate each and every one of you. But with that, I think we are going to be done. Thank you all so much for being here. I will be live streaming again next Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure what the material for that live stream is going to be. So if you have any requests, feel free to comment down below and let me know. And other than that, I will talk to you again soon. Bye, friends. It's been so nice hanging out with you for almost 2.5 hours today. You take good care, and I will talk to you again soon.